Hello everyone. Well, it's been a few weeks since I got my new Miele dishwasher and a lot of you have been saying, when's the demonstration? Well, today's the day for all of you who've been waiting. I've had this machine for a few weeks and I've done plenty of loads in it, and overall I'm very happy with the performance and the quality build of this Miele dishwasher. I did have a slight problem with the plumbing in, but I'll explain why later. Just in case you come across the same problem, hopefully you'll be pre-prepared for the slight problem I had installing this machine. But it didn't take long to solve the problem. I got it fitted into the space where my old slimline dishwasher lived, and it fits in very nicely and snugly indeed. Okay, before I pack in a very dirty full load of crockery, pots and pans, glassware and cutlery, I'll just show you the control panel of the machine, explain the basic features and functions, and show you the baskets and the filters and the soap dispenser, etc. And then we'll set a load going. I'll show you the dirty load, and then obviously, I'm not going to show the dishwasher running for the full length of time. I will cut the camera and then come back when the dishwasher's finished and we'll see the results. Okay, let's have a look at the controls of this Miele dishwasher. To select your required wash program, you first need to press the on-off button, and then you have a choice of 5 different washing programs. By default, the machine is set to Eco, which according to the timer will take 2 hours 49 minutes. If you want to use the Eco program, all you need to do now is press the start button. But if you want to alternate the programs, you use this button here, so you can select Auto, Glassware, Eco, a 50-degree wash and an intensive 75-degree wash. Auto is an automatic program that will sense the dirtiness of the water and adjust the wash time accordingly. So if you select Auto and your dishes aren't too dirty, then the machine will know this and it will wash for an appropriate time. If the machine senses that there's a lot of dirt in the first rinse water, it will actually wash for longer. At the moment, the auto setting says it will take 2 hours 9 minutes, but that can alter depending on what you're washing. The gentle program is suitable for your glassware and heat-sensitive plastics. It takes 1 hour 30 minutes and uses a lower wash temperature. The Eco program takes 2 hours 49 minutes and is for normal food deposits which have begun to dry on, but nothing too heavily soiled. Your 50-degree wash is for your general crockery, pots and pans, cutlery, glassware, your general day-to-day items that you need to wash in the dishwasher. That takes 1 hour 52 minutes. And the most intensive program and the hottest program is ideal if you want to clean up after you've had a big Sunday roast, you've got a lot of pans, baking trays, that sort of thing to clear up. Use the 75 program on intensive, and that will give you the best results. That will take 2 hours 37 minutes according to the display, and the display in all the programs will count down to 0 as the machine's operating. If you're in a hurry, you can select the turbo option to reduce the wash time on all the programs apart from the intensive program. So for example, on a 50-degree program, normally it would take 1 hour 52 minutes. By pressing the turbo, that reduces it to 1 hour 17 minutes. You'll still get the same wash results, but it will use slightly more electricity. This button here is the delay start function, which enables you to delay the start of the program from 30 minutes right up to 24 hours. This is useful if you don't want the machine to start straight away, or if you've got overnight cheap electricity, you can program the machine to come on during the night when you're asleep. So, for example, if I want to start the machine in 4 hours from now, I just have to select the 4 setting and then press start button. And then in 4 hours the machine will start the selected program. The last thing to show you on the control panel is the check/refill indicator lights. If the first light illuminates, it means you've got a problem with either the water inlet or the draining of the dishwasher. If that illuminates, you'll also get a fault code on the display panel, and if you look in the instruction book it tells you how to deal with it. The next light will illuminate when you need to refill the rinse aid, and the bottom light illuminates when you need to refill the salt container. Okay, so I've shown you the various programs and functions of this Miele dishwasher. We now need to look inside. I'll show you where the salt, rinse aid and detergent goes. This is the base of the dishwasher with the lower basket removed. If you live in a hard water area, it's advisable to fill this container with dishwasher salt. Even if you're using those 3-in-1 tablets that have a softening function, it is best to use salt as well if you live in a hard water area. I would also advise using separate rinse aid. You'll get better results that way. If you live in a soft water area, you don't need to put salt in the dishwasher, providing you're using combination tablets. So basically this unscrews, you get a little funnel, and then you just put the recommended amount of dishwasher salt, screw the lid back on, and you're ready to go. This is the lower spray arm, which has the most intensive jets of water, so anything that's heavily soiled, pots and pans, always go in the lower basket. You've also got this filter, which will require cleaning from time to time. This traps any food debris and stops it getting in the pump. And this is the upper basket where you can put your mugs, glassware, tea plates and bowls, and any plastic items are best washed in the upper basket. It's height adjustable. You can move it up and down, so you can incorporate larger items underneath, so it will move up, which gives you more room. Or if you need more room in the top, you can lower the basket. You can also angle it at either end. You can have it that way, or you can have it that way. That serves two purposes. You can wash something bigger, like a large baking tray, in the lower basket. That gives you a little bit of extra height. It also helps prevent water from pooling on the top of your mugs and other items. It helps to drain it off. It doesn't always work that effectively, but it's better than leaving it at a level like that. But for general use, you can just leave it level. That's what I do. And finally, what makes this Miele a little bit special is the top basket. This is for your cutlery. You can put larger items in this channel here, but you can lay all your spoons, knives, forks and other utensils exactly in order, so when you actually come to empty the dishwasher, it's a lot quicker. You can put everything in randomly if you want to, but if you spend a little bit of time and sort each item, I normally put all my teaspoons here and then I put my knives here. When it comes to emptying the dishwasher, it's really quick and easy. Obviously, I'll show you how I load this dishwasher in a moment. The lower basket has a convenient handle, so it's easy to pull out. And in here you can put your pots and pans, your larger dinner plates or your larger oven to tableware. It's got a slight adjustment. I've got it flat, which enables me to incorporate more pots and pans, but if you've got more plates to wash, you simply move this up and then you can put all your plates along here. In the door of the dishwasher, this is where you'd put your detergent. This is for your main wash detergent. If you're using the intensive program, you can put some powder detergent in this small section here. And this is where you'd put your rinse aid. Well, this is a sight that most people don't like to see, especially first thing in the morning after you've had a nice dinner party. Perhaps you've had one too many sherries and you've thought, oh, I'll clear up in the morning. So you stumble down the stairs and you're greeted by a load of dirty dishes. Well, that's not my idea of fun. That's why I've got a dishwasher. So without any further ado, let's put all this dirty stuff in my Miele, and I'll come back at the end of the program and we'll see how well it's cleaned all this mess. Okay, so I'm going to start with my cutlery. Just going to put a few items in. I'm not going to show you me loading everything, but as you can see, these knives are pretty dirty and they fit very securely in the cutlery drawer. They can't move, they don't knock together, and they're held securely in place, and it enables the water jet to clean all around the cutlery. It's a far better idea, in my opinion and experience, than using a cutlery basket in the bottom of the dishwasher. I've found since getting this Miele, my cutlery is a lot cleaner than my old machine. So I won't show you everything, I'll just fill the rest of the cutlery drawer with the cutlery and then I'll load the rest of the dishwasher. Okay, so that's all my cutlery loaded. You must ensure that the cutlery doesn't stick up too much because there is a spray arm at the top of the cabinet and there's quite a low clearance, so you need to make sure if you've got any larger spoons that they're not sticking up, which will stop the top spray arm from rotating. So, done the cutlery. Now let's fill the upper basket. In the upper basket I'm going to put my dirty mugs, glassware and a few other bits and pieces. So easy to lay them out. Now what I like to do is alternate the mugs and the glassware, so it helps to keep the glassware in place. So mug, glass, glass. I'll continue on this side. Whoops. So you need to ensure that everything is situated in the dishwasher so it can't move about, but you also need to ensure that the water can reach all around your items. Okay, I'll just finish filling up the top here and then we'll put all the dirty pots and pans in the lower basket. Okay, that's the upper basket filled. Apart from my mugs and glassware, I've got a Pyrex jug, plastic water bottle, and some larger utensils, serving utensils that don't fit in the cutlery drawer, and I've also got a bread knife. Okay, let's fill the lower basket now. So the lower basket is for your more heavily soiled items, your pots and pans, your baking trays, etc. Now it's trial and error where you're going to put the items, and a lot of arguments have occurred with people saying, no, you don't load it like this, you load it like that. I know it's happened in my household and countless households. I'm sure there's one person in your home that knows how to load the dishwasher. And I'm sure some of you will find fault with the way I'm loading this one, but it's my dishwasher and I'll load it how I like. And I've never found, the way I load it, I've never found anything coming out dirty. As you can see, a dirty plate. I've scraped the main bits of food off, but you know, I've not rinsed it. Some people do rinse their dishes before they go in the dishwasher, but what's the point? That's what the dishwasher's for. As long as you get rid of the larger particles, then you'll be fine. Okay, this is a large steamer. Right, I'll just continue loading this up and then it'll be time to start the intensive programme. Right, that's the bottom basket filled to capacity. I haven't managed to get quite everything in on this load. I'm left with a small pan, a bowl, a Pyrex bowl and a small chopping board, but they can just go in on the next load. Okay then, time to put in some detergent and then we'll start the programme. Because I'm doing an intensive load, I'm actually going to use the pre-wash compartment and I'll put a little bit of powder in. But for the main wash section, I'm going to use my regular tablet. So that goes into there. And because the tablet won't fit in the small compartment unless you break it up, I'm using a little bit of traditional dishwasher detergent. If I can get it in without it going everywhere, just a little bit. This will help to boost the cleaning power of the first couple of rinses. When the machine is in the main wash program and the water temperature is correct, this will flip open and allow the tablet or the detergent to enter the wash chamber. But this is open, you'll see there's little slits here, so you might find some of the powder will spill out when you close the door, but it's going to get used in the first part of the wash program anyway. You'd only need to use that when you're using the intensive program. Right, all I need to do now is start the program, so switch it on and then select the 75 intensive program. Obviously on that program I can't select turbo, so it's going to run for approximately 2 hours 37 minutes. All I need to do now is press the start button. Okay then, so I'll be back in approximately 2 hours 37 minutes to view the results, but it will be in the blink of an eye for you, because obviously I'm not going to video the whole wash program. I'll come back after it's finished. Okay, so the dishwasher's finished its load. Now, after a short period of time, the display, which will show 000 when the washer's finished, will actually turn itself off to save energy. There is a way of overriding that so it always remains on, but I'm not sure why you'd want to do that. And of course, this is an energy saving feature Miele have built in, so for me it's best that it turns itself off. Okay, let's have a look at the once dirty cutlery. Everything is looking spotlessly clean. All my teaspoons, my knives, forks, serving spoons, sharp knives, everything. Now, that is what I call a lovely, lovely clean teaspoon. No watermarks, absolutely perfect. And the knife, a little bit scratched because obviously it's been used, but there's no food deposits left on that knife. They're all quite dirty, these knives. That's done an excellent job. So when I come to empty this, I'll show you now with the knives. I can just grab the knives from the handles so I don't touch the blades. So all my knives are sorted. I just have to take them just a few feet, in my case, over to my drawer. Let's move my light out of the way. And I can pop them away. So it does make unloading the dishwasher, certainly unloading the cutlery, a lot quicker, providing of course you sort the cutlery as you're loading it. You can just put it in randomly if you wish, but it makes it such an easy task to empty if you sort it before the wash. Okay, I'll empty all that later. Here's the upper basket. I put cereal bowl in the top there, that's lovely and clean. The mugs, there we go, lovely and clean mugs. I'll show you another one. No staining of coffee. Coffee drinkers in this house occasionally have tea, but none of our mugs have any staining in them, and they never have done. Where I used to remember visiting my grandma and granddad in Leeds many years ago, and they were of a generation that didn't have a dishwasher, and often they were tea drinkers. Often their mugs were stained with, you know, the traditional, not traditional, what's the word? I don't know. Anyway, they used to have that brown stain in, and to get them out you'd have to soak them. I think one trick was to put a Sterident tablet in. You know, for false teeth, you could soak them in that, and there's other things you can do. But when you've got a dishwasher and your mugs regularly go in the dishwasher, you don't get that staining. So everything, the glassware, everything is beautifully clean coming out of this Miele dishwasher. Finally, let's look at the lower basket that contain the dirtiest items. Now, there's some things that will never come clean in any dishwasher, in my experience, and that's certain bakeware that's got a lot of baked on grease, such as my baking tins. They're fine to use, but this is quite an old baking tin. It looks dirty. Now, that's one thing. With baking tins like this, baking trays like this that have a sort of rolled edge, the water can gather in them, and you might find you have to shake them before putting them away, because the water tends to sort of stay just in the little grooves there. There's no grease on there. It is clean, but it's got a lot of old burnt on food, which really can only be removed with a good scrubbing. But you know, quite happy to use that again. I'm sure it's a lot better than some people's baking trays. I've got a smaller baking tray, that's quite new, That's ideal, that. They're very useful, very small little tray. Ideal for portion control if you've just got one thing, like an escalope or something, or a pie, just one single pie you want to do in your oven while you're cooking on the top of the hob. These small trays are ideal and you can fit lots of them in the dishwasher. Couple of stainless steel bowls. Let's have a look at dinner plates. Absolutely perfect. And squeaky clean. That's what I like to see and hear. And obviously a dishwasher, if you're not familiar with a dishwasher, you haven't got a dishwasher and you think they're a waste of time and money, obviously a dishwasher is going to take a lot longer than you washing up by hand, but it's going to do it far more hygienically. There's no dirty, damp tea towels to wipe them over with, and it reaches temperatures that your hands couldn't stand even with rubber gloves on. So everything comes out. If I had one of those devices with a swab to measure the bacteria on items coming out of a dishwasher, you wouldn't find anything. I'm pretty sure of that. This was covered in gravy at the start of the demo. Look at that shine. Pasta bowl. Again, squeaky clean, absolutely fantastic. These tend to gather water in them. Yeah, there's a little bit of water. Can't be avoided. It gets under the handles of this steamer. Look at that. So all in all, as far as dishwashing performance, I'm really happy with this new Miele. At the start of the video I mentioned that I had a slight problem plumbing this Miele dishwasher in, and the cause of the problem was this device that Miele call, I believe, the Aqua Stop. This is actually wired in to the machine. This is on the fill side of the machine, the cold fill, or you can actually connect it to hot fill if you want to. I only have a cold fill inlet under my sink, so it's cold fill on mine. This huge device is designed to prevent a flood should there be any problems, and it's actually wired in to the dishwasher. There is electrical cabling built into this, so you can't remove this, you need to use it. So first of all, I had trouble getting it through the hole. I had to make the hole bigger, but the main problem, you're supposed to screw it directly to the cold water inlet, and in my case it's very tight, so I don't know if we can just see, that is where the cold water inlet, and it's right next to my sink. There was no way I could fit that huge bulky device in that area. Now, apart from getting a plumber to completely rearrange the plumbing, which would have been an expensive job, all I had to do, and Miele sell a part similar to this, although it's very expensive. I bought this extension hose from Amazon for about £15. You need to know the right thing you're looking for, but basically it screws into the Aqua Stop device, this end, and then it's got the regular fitting on the cold supply. I think this one's a metre. You can get them in different lengths, but a metre is more than enough. So it enabled me, if you can just about see, I've connected the extension hose to the cold supply, and now it's going into the Aqua Stop device. I had no trouble with the other plumbing. The drain hose is here, that fitted on to the existing drain I had in my old dishwasher, and the mains power, we can just see it under the pipes, was just plugged in there. So that was easy enough. The only trouble I had was with the cold fill supply caused by the Aqua Stop. So bear in mind, if you get a Miele dishwasher, I think most of them, well, this is the bottom of the range, so I think all of the others will be fitted with this, unless they've managed to incorporate it inside the machine. So bear in mind to check your existing plumbing. You might not have such an easy job. If you get Miele, if you buy it direct from Miele, and if you get them to plumb it in, I think they'll have to deal with it. I'm not sure what they'd do, but most installers will have to get around the fact if you can't fit this onto your existing pipework, hopefully they'll be able to sort it. But it's good to check. Had I known at the time, I would have got this pipe in readiness. I didn't know anything about it, So I did have to wait a day. I ordered this from Amazon and got it the next day, so I had to wait a day before I could install the dishwasher. But once that was in, it's all fine and dandy. Well, that's just about the end of my review of the Miele G4203 dishwasher. Now, although this is Miele's entry-level machine, its build quality is fantastic. It does a superb job at cleaning and drying my dishes. One little negative, it's slightly noisier than I was expecting. If you want something even quieter, you do have to go quite high up in the Miele range, and obviously you can be spending hundreds of more pounds for just a few decibels lower volume. So it's still not obtrusive. I can be watching TV in the next room with the kitchen door open and it's just there in the background. It's a lot quieter than the old 10-year-old Bosch machine that I had in its place. Now, it's not made in West Germany like a lot of Miele appliances. I was quite surprised to see that it's made in the Czech Republic, but it is made in a Miele factory to the same standards. Obviously, the labour costs must be lower in the Czech Republic, because I did wonder how Miele can produce dishwashers and washing machines now that are so much cheaper than they used to be. Obviously, if you want a West German made machine, you have to pay a lot more, but you wouldn't know. I mean, it says made in the Czech Republic on the side, but it is still superb quality. I'm very, very happy with this machine, and for what I paid, well under £400 for a Miele dishwasher that does everything I need it to do, that's money well spent. I hope you found this review useful. If you've got any questions about this dishwasher, please ask in the comments section below and I'll do my best to answer them. Please thumb up the video, and if you're interested in floor care, vacuum cleaners, carpet washers, etc., please check out the other videos on my channel. So until the next time, thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.